Liverpool transfer drama is heating up. Surprise offers, big decisions, and strange moves behind the scenes. If you want every Liverpool update explained fast and clearly, hit subscribe now and stay locked in. Leeds near to huge Strand Larsen transfer agreement as trusted source tips major White sale. The Whites have increased hope of securing a club record swoop to sign the Wolves striker following a further round of talks, though the move could come at a cost, with Leeds expected to move on a big-name star of their own. What Liverpool should do with Andy Robertson after surprise Tottenham offer. It makes footballing sense for Arne to want to keep Liverpool's long-serving left back until the end of the season, but the Scotland skipper's dedication and commitment has earned him the right to make the choice. Andy Robertson's interview in the immediate aftermath of Scotland's incredibly dramatic qualification for World Cup 2026 was one that will never be forgotten. Almost unbearably poignant, emotional, and honest, it was the most wonderful, heartbreaking tribute to Diogo Jota. His mate. It also told you a lot about Andy Robertson. Honest, straightforward, loyal. It confirmed what you always suspected when judging from afar and without any insight into the man. Hard as nails, with a big heart. In his own way, a class act. A class act at a classy club. And that is why, whatever happens in the remaining few days of the transfer window, there will be no negative repercussions. His 8.5-year service to the club should give him more privilege than most who are still under contract. If Robertson, who turns 32 in March, sees a move to Spurs as a fantastic opportunity for him and his family at this late stage of his career, and if he is worried the switch will not be available in the summer, then you can be certain Liverpool's hierarchy will be sympathetic to his feelings, and of course, they will be getting a fee for a player who can walk away for nothing at the end of the season. Robertson will captain his country at the World Cup and will want to be in the best possible shape for that challenge, and the truth is that Arne is clearly happy with the progress of Kerkez, and the chances of Robertson starting Premier League games when the Hungarian is fit are getting slimmer. Robertson has started only 4 times in the Premier League this season. So, there are compelling reasons why Robertson might want to move to London right now. But there is also a compelling reason why Liverpool and Arne might want him to stay. In a season when their Premier League title defence imploded, there are still major trophies up for grabs and a Champions League slot to be secured. Now, the latter should be achievable without Robertson, but Slot will need as many key personnel available to him for a Champions League tilt and an FA Cup run. Some observers would probably still rate Robertson ahead of Kerkez, but whatever your take on that, one thing is certain. He is a proven winner. He is a proven big game player. He has invaluable experience. He is a leader. So that you can have those attributes at your disposal for the final few months of a season that could still bring significant silverware. It is worth forfeiting whatever transfer fee you can get for a player who is out of contract this summer, and there you have it. From a footballing point of view, it makes little sense for Liverpool to let Robertson leave at this moment, but for what he has done for the football club and for how he has conducted himself, the choice should be his. Join our LFC WhatsApp community and get all the latest LFC news, views, transfer gossip and more. As it happens, we also treat our community members to special offers, promotions and adverts from us and our partners. If you don't like our community, you can check out anytime you like. If you're curious, you can read our privacy notice. Arne makes feelings clear on Kerkez. After Liverpool star's social media actmalos, Kerkez is set to play against his former club Bournemouth for Liverpool on Saturday evening, and the left-back has responded to the scrutiny he has faced in the Premier League. Kerkez had already impressed with his displays for Liverpool this week. When he drew attention off the field, it served to underscore the motivation behind his recent progress with the Reds. Kerkez was speaking on social media following a strong performance in the 3-0 Champions League victory at Marseille on Wednesday night, when he responded to an apology from one persistent critic. That the Hungarian posted, "Critics give me even more fuel," would indicate he had been given abundant motivation during the initial months following his $54 million summer transfer from Bournemouth. Given the frequently harsh assessments of his performances, Kerkez, however, has been amongst a cohort of new arrivals to have raised their game to help establish the platform for Liverpool's current 13-match unbeaten streak. And as the left-back prepares for his maiden return to his previous club at the Vitality Stadium on Saturday night, Arne believes the fact that the 22-year-old has come through such a trial by fire is evidence of his mental fortitude. "I have a lot of respect for these players," said the Liverpool manager. For Milos, for example, he had to adjust to the Premier League and to add the Champions League to that. "If you lose more games than everyone would have expected us to lose, criticism comes with that, and then you have to stay fit. You also have to adapt to new standards." I'm not sure if there has been research, but usually when a team doesn't do so well, there are a lot of injuries. We don't have a lot of injuries. I talk about that I have to adapt, but that is not because I have a lot. We only have 3 long-term injuries, but the rest are almost constantly fit. Touch wood. They have had a period where things have gone against them individually and collectively. It tells me a lot about the work they put in, the quality of the coaching staff, but also the mentality of the players, and Milos is a great example of that. Kerkez was among 7 substantial signings during the summer, with the same number of first-team regulars, most of whom were crucial to Liverpool's title triumph last season, departing. When the Reds kicked off with a 4-2 victory over Bournemouth in August, they became the first reigning champions to start 4 league newcomers in their opening fixture of the subsequent campaign. With Kerkez amongst them, Slot acknowledges there was always doubt that the largely essential squad reconstruction meant this could become a transitional season for the Reds, who trail leaders Arsenal by 14 points and hold just a single-point advantage over the pursuing pack in 4th position. "Everyone at the club was aware of this," he said. "If you make changes, transition can be a part of that. But after the first 6 games, we had a different idea. But looking where we are now, I don't think anyone sees it as a surprise that we needed a bit of time to adjust. I have said this 150 times, I feel as if I say it every day, some players needed time to adjust. Giovanni Leoni was injured straight away. We had 10 minutes of the Alex Isak we thought we were getting at Tottenham. That was the first time we had seen him, then he was out. If you take that all into account, if I have to use one word for this season, then it is adaptation, every single time. It feels like something happens, as I haven't got a full back, or who am I going to play there? Or we don't have a winger. It is a constant adaptation to things we have had during the season. This club makes signings that are mostly young, and you know the best is still to come. They are young, but they are also very good. If you sign the same player aged 27, then he is cheaper. Slot has faced numerous different obstacles compared to his triumphant first season, and considers man management as the most crucial aspect of his position. I have tried to show the players individually and as a team that results are always the most important thing in football and what we need to improve to get those results as well, he said. But I have showed that the performances have been much better than the outside world thinks. That is not to say there are not things that we have to improve, but that was the same last season as well. Maybe last season you show more the things that don't go well. Both situations take a lot of man management. People think that when you win it is easy, you just come in, walk to your office, walk to the pitch and things are done. No, there is a lot to do then as well, because as we all know, players can get overconfident. Man management is always one of the main things. People think about tactics, but man management is the one that is by far the most important. I just can't believe it. Liverpool transfer decision labelled very strange. One former Republic of Ireland international still cannot get his head around the fact that Liverpool sanctioned the sale of Kerkez in the summer. It was a summer of massive change at Liverpool, with 9 new senior signings made and 8 first-team players departing. And one of those players who headed through the Anfield exit door was Kerkez. If Liverpool have had for many years arguably the best goalkeeper in the world in Alisson Becker, they had an incredibly strong number 2 in Kerkez, who won 5 major honours during his time at the club and who often stepped out of the Brazilian's shadow to demonstrate what a fine shot stopper he is himself. There was always going to come a day then when the Irishman would want to become a number 1 of his own, and with the Reds agreeing a £25 million deal with Valencia for Jørgen Strand, a year ahead of the Georgian actually arriving on Merseyside. That day came in the summer just gone, after picking up a Premier League winners' medal. The 27-year-old linked up with former Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson at Brentford, who paid a bargain £12.5 million for his services. Kerkez has gone from strength to strength with the Bees. So much so that a fellow Republic of Ireland international is still wondering why the Reds let him go in the first place. Kevin Doyle, who played as a striker for Reading and Wolves in the Premier League during his playing days, said, "I think Kerkez could thrive at a club like Chelsea. I just can't believe Liverpool let him go. Even if he wanted to leave, they could have promised him the #1 spot in a year or two. I'm sure they could have convinced him to stay. The transfer was also relatively cheap, money-wise, so I just don't get it. Is there something in training that they see and we don't?" Reds boss Arne Slot and his predecessor Jørgen Klopp always showed their faith in Kerkez, but with a listen, the club's undisputed first choice. He was limited to 67 appearances across 6 seasons, but Doyle, speaking to betting site Boyle Sports, continued, "When I see him play for Ireland, and I've seen him so many times now, and at club level, he's so cool, so calm, and brilliant on the ball. He makes match-winning saves. He's everything you need in a goalkeeper when Manchester United are looking for a goalkeeper. Though Liverpool probably wouldn't have sold him to them, or when anyone is looking for a goalkeeper. He has the right mentality, he has the head on his shoulders that he needs, as well as being a very good goalkeeper. The pressure at a top club is massive, and from all I've seen from him, he has that composure. He's just amazing. Liverpool letting him go was a very strange decision to me. The Reds are away to Bournemouth in the Premier League today 5:30 p.m. Growing belief Man United first choice target will snub. Ineos for Man City move Elliot Anderson would snub the chance to move to Manchester United to join Manchester City. According to yet another source, as Red Devils CO owners, Ineos, face a tough task of convincing the Nottingham Forest midfielder to move to Old Trafford in 2026, Team Talk's transfer correspondent Fraser Fletcher reported back in November 2025 that Man United had made Forest midfielder Anderson their main midfield target in 2026, a report subsequently backed up by The Athletic, who claimed on December 26th, in midfield, Elliot Anderson is United's first choice target. It is very unlikely that Forest will sell Anderson in the January transfer window, given that they need the former Newcastle United midfielder to help cement their place in the Premier League for next season. However, a transfer away from the City ground in the summer of 2026 is very much possible, with Man United's City rivals, Manchester City, pressing ahead. Fraser Fletcher reported on January 12th that Man City have made contact with Anderson's camp and have informed them that they plan to formalise a bid for the Forest midfielder in the summer of 2026. Furthermore, our transfer correspondent, Dean Jones, reported on January 16th that Anderson is Man City's next big target. Further fueling claims, a move to City is high on his agenda. In a fresh update, the paper has now made a similar claim about Anderson, noting that he is very likely to snub the chance to move to Man United, who recently appointed Michael Carrick as their interim manager until the end of the season. To join Pep Guardiola's Man City, the reputable publication has reported that while Man United have the chance to sign Adam Wharton and Carlos Baleba from Crystal Palace and Brighton and Hove Albion, respectively, in the summer of 2026, there is a growing belief Anderson would snub United for a move to rivals Manchester City. Want more breaking transfer lines from original sources? Add Team Talk as a preferred source on Google to your favourites list for news you can trust. Man United face Adam Wharton and Carlos Baleba. Competition. Man United, though, are not going to find it easy to sign Wharton and or Baleba in the summer of 2026 either, while Fraser Fletcher has reported that Crystal Palace will sell Wharton at the end of the season. Sources have told us that Tottenham and Liverpool have the England international midfielder on their radar as well. Newcastle United and Aston Villa, too, are keeping tabs on the Palace midfielder, with the Spanish media claiming that Real Madrid are keen on Wharton as well. Fraser Fletcher has also reported interest from Liverpool and Tottenham in Baleba. Get the inside story first by joining our Team Talk Facebook channel to receive the latest breaking and exclusive news straight into your messenger inbox. Latest Man United transfer news. Cole Palmer links, midfielder deal. Meanwhile, transfer guru Fabrizio Romano has given his take on shock links between Chelsea attacking midfielder Cole Palmer and Manchester United, and while it looks as though United do have one green light over a deal, Two sizable hurdles make a deal to bring Palmer to Old Trafford extremely problematic. Our transfer insider, Graham Bailey, has reported that Man Utd's aggressive push for a Croatian youngster has failed to come to fruition, and finally, a report has revealed how Man Utd feel about a potential deal for a Nigerian midfielder.